Okay, so I'm a little late to the party. This is the hansshow rear screen infotainment system. Now, this accessory has been in the market for quite some time. There has been a lot of hype and everybody were excited for it, but because of the software, it wasn't there yet. There were certain issues that it had, and this is the 4th iteration, and I'm assuming this is the one that you should be considering. So let's try it out. I have to be honest, the installation is not going to be straightforward, but I am sure that it's not that difficult. If it was, I wouldn't have considered it. So let's try it out and see what it has to offer. Like every video, let's get into the unboxing first. The package will include several components: the air vent, the screen frame, the key guard which houses its own speakers, cables, a USB-A frame for older Model Ys, a transponder for wireless Apple and Android CarPlay, screws for assembly, a pry tool, and the 7.5-inch screen display itself. Let's start by removing the rear vent using the pry tool. I recently featured these carbon fiber trims in my recent video, so I'm going to make sure to link it, so make sure to check it out. Before handling any cables, let's turn off the screen. Next, unplug the cable from behind the air vent, and then let's remove the lower panels, which I'm going to refer to as kick guards. The bottom half is held together by clips, and for the top half you will need a star-like screw bit, which I think is a size T20. We will need to remove the USB-C charging unit first, and in order to do that, we have to first detach the air vent. The kick guard which houses the speakers and airflow vents also requires some attention here. Connect one end of the provided screen adapter cable to the back of the kick guard. Then attach the air vent bracket with the included screws. Next up, unplug the blue colored sockets and connect the OBD adapter cables between them. Then connect the USB-C unit to the cable and assemble it to the kick guard using the included screws. Plug in the Apple CarPlay/Android Auto transponder to the unit, and now connect the other end of the screen adapter that we earlier connected to the kick guard to the screen display. Attach the display screen to the kick guard using screws, and finally connect all the remaining cables. I found that it was very easy to match the end connections by identifying their shapes. After connecting all the cables, the screen will turn on, which is always a good sign. Before assembling everything, let's test the USB-C ports. The additional cables included in the packaging are used to adjust the front passenger seat. The process is straightforward. Connect one cable for each front seat, route them under the floor mats beneath each seat, and fish them through the side of the front seats. Unplug the OEM cable, which may require some effort to reach to, and bypass it by connecting the other end of the cables that we just fished through. Now, with a bit of cable management, reattach all the panels in place. Let's now discuss the functions of the rear screen. I'm sure you'll be curious to know what this version can do, starting with the airflow. You can set the airflow to automatic by simply clicking once on the screen's power button. By default, temperature is displayed in Celsius, but you can easily change it. One thing you should know is that from this screen you can only control the temperature of the backseat passengers. The flow of air is identical to the OEM vents, so don't let the smaller outlet fool you. You can now have control over the heated seats for the backseat passengers, and even adjust the front passenger seat for more legroom. Let's turn our attention to the entertainment side of things. First, we need to connect to the Wi-Fi and install any necessary updates. The system runs Android 11 OS, which hansshow claims to be faster than the previous iterations that ran Android 9. Before I forget, there is a floating button that you might not see on the screen, but it is visible, and it can provide you with quick controls such as returning home, adjusting volume, and more. The touchscreen is responsive and the screen resolution is impressively sharp. There are 3 ways to listen to media: through the built-in speakers, which for me it's pretty loud but a bit too tinny for my liking. Okay, so I went ahead and pimped up my entire car with carbon fiber accessories. And through a Bluetooth headset, which is easy to set up. And lastly, through the car speakers, which I prefer, and that's also very easy to set up. As this is an Android system, you can easily download other apps and find them in the app drawer of the installation. The Music tab houses media files that you can use in case you want to import them through a USB stick, and the Control tab enables you to manage the music playing in the car. The app 𝐁𝐔𝐒𝐒 will help you with a straightforward guide to set up the wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Simply select the Bluetooth network and that's all you need to do. So what do I think about this rear infotainment accessory? Now, I think that it has it all. It has wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, an Android system that allows you to consume Netflix, YouTube, TikTok, and more. All this in a tiny screen of 7.5 inches. And it also has an intuitive software experience that is so identical to Tesla Model X's and S's rear infotainment system. Temperature control and front seat controls are amazing out here, which you don't really get in the Tesla Model X and S, and you have flawless Bluetooth connectivity. With previous iterations, they really struggle with this, which makes it a very compelling accessory. The fit and finish of the material looks OEM to a point where my friends sometimes think that this actually came with the Model Y. They often compliment the interior mainly because of the screen, and of course the wide seats and the glass roof that they often talk about. My only gripes are, and this is just minor, is that I wish the startup welcome screen was better, like my dashboard screen behind the wheel. Also, if I'm connected to my personal hotspot, the connection is lost when I try to access Netflix when Apple CarPlay is active. I know that I'm being very picky, but I would also prefer if the accents were blacked out instead of silver. If you are considering a rear infotainment screen, this is the version you should be getting. I really hope you enjoyed my content, and if you did, make sure to check this video out on my carbon fiber upgrades that I recently released. You'll enjoy it. Until the next time, stay subscribed, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye-bye.